Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel Excel Book. In today's video, we are going to explore basic date and time functionality in MS Excel. For beginners, working with date and time in Excel is quite frustrating sometimes. Anyone should be aware the way Excel handles date and time. In a cell, if there is a date inserted, then it's a serial number. Since we just call a date as serial number, let's verify the same using Excel function value. In cell D5 to D8, we are inserting dates in format DD 4 times Y, which are financial crisis happened in last few decades. Cell D5 contains Black Monday date, known for largest stock market crash which happened on October 1987. Cell D6 contains Black Wednesday date. It occurred in United Kingdom when British government failed to save pound sterling. Cell T6 contained dot-com bubble date. When techno companies crashed, even eBay and Amazon lost their value. Cell D7 contains subprime mortgage crisis, the latest one to occur when Lehman Brothers bankrupted. Rest everyone knows. In cell C5 to C8, we will insert the value function and link the same to cell D5 to D8. Here we can see individual serial number assigned to their respective dates. This format will work in my cell because of the region setting on my system, which is US format. Now, if we change the day format in cell to DD 4 times Y, it will throw hash value error, which signifies that we have entered format which is not in line with our system setting. Same setting can be changed on control panel of our system. For date, format is linked on your region setting displayed in your system. Your system can have format of DD 4 times Y, which is default setting for UK, or it can be DD 4 times Y, which is default setting for US. So check your system setting. However, we can use a universal date format to insert a date in a cell which will not throw error regardless of the system setting you have, which is 4 times Y DD. Apart from slash, we can also use space and dash to insert date. Just an additional information. December 31st, 4 times 9 is the last date in Excel. A bonus point that shows the smartness of Excel is while inserting date in a cell, the format MMDD or DDMM, instead of 4 times Ys, we can insert the last two digits of year. Excel will automatically take care of first two digits of the year. However, there is an important thing to note here. The same will work only till 2029. That is, if we insert last two digits beyond 2029, for example, I insert last two digits as 30, Excel will not take year 2030 but 1930. But why is that? It's because of the region setting in control panel. If we go to additional setting of region and click on date bar, you can see calendar, where we can change 2029 to our desired year and Excel will automatically adapt the setting. Now, if I change the year to 2050 and get back to Excel sheet and insert last digit as 50, the automatic year taken will be 2050 but not 1950. Working on time is almost similar as working on date. The only thing to understand here is that date is in serial numbers while time is in decimal values. Time needs to be entered in a specific format. It should be in format of hours, minutes and second with the space and duration of a day, that is AM or PM. In our example, we have entered dummy times in cell range I5 to I8. In cell range H5 to H9, we will use Excel value function. You can observe that it retrieves decimal values allocated to these respective times. Let's come to tab date and time function. In cell D3, we use today function, which display today's date. It's important to understand that today function is a volatile function and it updates automatically when we open our Excel sheet. Same way we enter in cell D4 now function, which display current date with current time. For a given date and time in a cell that is currently retrieved in cell D6, We can separately retrieve year using formula of the same name. Year formula requires only one argument, which is to link the date parameter. We will link the same in cell D6 and will get the year available in the same cell. Similar to year, we can retrieve month, day, hour, minute, second. Also, we can integrate the decomposed year, month, and day function back to a single date again using function date, which has three arguments: year, month, and day. We will use formula in cell G4 and we will link the same in cell G5, G6, and G7. We will get back our date back in one piece. Almost on the same line, time formula works, which will integrate hour, second, and minute. Let's use it in cell J4. We will get back our time. As we have seen earlier, date in Excel is a serial number. This system makes it possible to calculate the number of days between two dates. In this calculation, we need to subtract large date from smaller date. In the given example, number of days in cell M6 has been calculated by subtracting larger date in cell M6 from smaller date in cell L6. Now let's move towards the last tab of the session, which is counting number of years. In this tab, we are discussing two Excel formulae for the same, that is YEARFRAC and DATEDIF function. YEARFRAC formula has formula argument of start date, end date, and basis. In cell F4, type YEARFRAC. In the first argument, link the cell D4, which is the current date, and in the second argument, link cell D3, which is date of subprime mortgage crisis, as end date. At the third argument, select basis as 1, which is actual to actual. Then, value will be displayed in decimal format. To convert this into number without decimal, we will use Excel formula int. Int function round down the number to the nearest integer. Now look at the output again. We can find cell value 11. In another method of age calculation, we will use DATEDIF function. This function is mysterious as it does not appear in the drop-down function list of Excel, nor does it appear in the insert function dialog box. This function originated from Lotus 123, which is a discontinued spreadsheet program used earlier by IBM, and Excel preserved this to keep Excel compatible with Lotus. This function is made up of three arguments. First argument, oldest date, should be provided. In the second argument, newest date, and the third argument is for frequency of time duration to be populated, which can be year, month, or day. In our example, we will use year, since we are calculating age in year. In the function as first argument, we have provided cell D3. In the second argument, we have provided cell D4 as current date. And in the last argument, Y has been provided. We'll get calculation of age in years. So that's it in today's video. In the next session of date and time, we'll go through more advanced functions related to date and time. If you find this session interesting and knowledgeable, then like this video, subscribe to our channel, and if you have any queries, then write them down in below section. Thanks for watching.